Morning guys, Cody guys, back again with some more prison news. Right guys, this is BBC News. It's jobs cuts blame for drug epidemic in Welsh jails. Now, I was supposed to be on BBC Radio Wales the other morning about this incident, about this story, but my alarm was set for the day after, so I ended up missing the interview. So I didn't end up doing it, but it is what it is. So the story reads: the number of drug fines in Welsh prisons has gone up by 475% in the past 5 years, according to new figures. Research by the Wales Governance Centre showed the numbers have risen from 114 cases in 2013 to 656 occasions when drugs were found in jails in 2018. The Ministry of Justice, or the MOJ, pledged to spend $30 million on security to prevent record amounts of drugs in jails. The Prison Officers Association, or the POA, said it reflected a staff shortage rather than better detection. The growth in drug fines outstrips the 9% rise in the overall prison population and double the 200% rise in drug fines in English prisons. There have been 46 drug fines at the UK's largest jail, HMP Berwyn in Wrexham, the £250 million super prison, which opened in February 2017. Swansea Prison 26 had the highest number of drug fines per 100 prisoners, followed by HMP Park in Bridgend 22 and Cardiff 21. The latest MOG figures show a steady rise in positive results from mandatory drugs tests over the last 3 years, with a 10.6 of results positive for the year ending March 2018. Psychoactive substances were by far the biggest problem, showing up in over 60% of all positive samples. The thing is, going back to that, right, psychoactive substances, right, so your spice and everything, right, you can detect spice on MDT. It's bullshit. You can, right. I think certain strains you can. I've heard some people say you can't. You can. At the end of the day, when I was in Forest Bank, when I got out in February 2017, the drugs test showed spice because two of the cleaners got sacked for it. So it says here, so spice is a big problem within prisons, guys. It's a drug of choice for most people. The number of alcohol fines has remained consistent in the last 2 years, with 227 incidents, 84% of them at Park. The Park lot like the huge. If you cut over 7, this is from Mark Furrest, the chief national chair of the POA. They test this guy. The story reads, his article, his quote is: if you cut over 7,000 operational frontline posts, disband dedicated search teams, reduce the capability to detect and deter, and insist that nothing is wrong, then you should not be surprised when drugs, weapons, debt, bullying and misery ensues, said Mark Furhurst, the national chair of the POA. Now, I don't like the guy. He wants prisoners in orange jumpsuits. He wants us to be in the bubble for visits. For those that don't know, it's like a closed visit. He wants us locked up 23 hours a day. Orange jumpsuits. He wants tactical use of taser. We've got police extendable batons. Parva spray has been currently piloted in 4 prisons. But I've got to agree with him there. I can't disagree with him. He's right on the money there. The fines indicate that our prisons are awash with illicit items, and only robust action will resolve the epidemic that blights our service. The POA want airport-style searching at the gate every time a person enters our jails. We want dedicated search teams reinstated with dog sections in prisons to conduct hourly perimeter checks, get technology in our prisons to block mobile phones and drone signals, and ensure organised criminals inside our prisons are disrupted by robust staff action. It talks like he's got everything under control there, doesn't he? Certain prisons do have the airport-style scanners, guys. Every prison officer, every member of staff, every prisoner's family, every prisoner, whoever enters the facility, right, whether you've been sent down, whether you're coming on a visit, whether you work at that prison, should be prone to search, in-depth searches, right? You know what I mean? It would cut down on contraband within prisons. So Dr. Robert Jones from the Wales Governance Centre said, drug and alcohol fines within the prison system have been a matter of public and media interest in recent weeks, and the latest data available for Wales suggests that a concerning and challenging set of circumstances has emerged within the prison system. It is likely, given its commitment to tackle substance misuse, the Welsh Government will also be taking a keen interest in this data and the prison system in Wales, which is the responsibility of the UK Government. He joined governors and senior officers in giving evidence to the Commons Welsh Affairs Committee inquiry on prison provision on Monday. Easy for me to say. Amy Rees, head of prisons and probation in Wales, told the committee that a number of pilots were being looked at better detecting drugs that are being brought in. There is a lot of anecdotal evidence that people are getting themselves recalled in custody to bring in drugs. We know there's an illicit economy that's extremely lucrative, she said. We've got to make sure that we invest in the right things to try to resolve these issues. For example, in Wales, there's quite a strong prevalence to the use of psychoactive substances on paper. Talking about spice paper, guys. They spray it onto the paper, people rip it off and smoke it. It could be an A4 piece of paper, it could be a letter doused in the stuff. But prisons are now taking letters, photocopying it, sending the photocopy to the prisoner and keeping the paper back just in case it is spice paper. So yeah. So we're looking carefully at what we can do with the mail. That can be 100 miles different, 100 miles somewhere else. Well, that's true because there's no consistency within the prison system. As we get on top of that, they'll switch to another, which is true. Prisoners will switch to another way. So we have to try and respond to local intelligence and make decisions around that. The prison service said numbers are at the highest level for 5 years, with more officers being recruited. There's been 41 convictions of prisons found with contraband. Convictions of prisons found with contraband in the last 18 months. Better intelligence and improved security are allowing staff to prevent record numbers of contraband entering our prisons. Well, that's obviously not true, said a spokesman, but more must be done. We've committed another £30 million to further boost prison security, as well as rolling out body scanning, sniffer dogs and phone blocking technology. Prison officers are at the highest level since 2013, and the extra 3,000 officers, well, it's more than 3,000, it's 3,111, probably more than that now, have been recruited over the past 18 months and are working to ensure prisons are safe and that offenders can get their lives back on track. Now, let me just stop you there. Now, prison officers do not aid rehabilitation in any which way. They police the prison, and they don't do very well because they've got low morale, guys. They've not got the numbers. They don't go above and beyond, you know what I mean? All these people, guys, in high, powerful positions, they've got all the answers, haven't they? No experience of prison, but they've got all the answers, guys. Load of rubbish. Prisons are awash with drugs. They're going to continue to be awash with drugs. They're going about mobile phone blocking signals, right? Trust me, guys. Right, prisons will move to satellite phones as long as you can get near a window and get a decent signal, right? Because obviously you've got to be able to bounce off a satellite. Satellite phones are the next problem, and they'll come in. And trust me when I tell you, they'll come in. Right? People laughed at me when I said, oh, prisoners will move to satellite phones. Then these satellite phone makers will see a market for it and think, what do we need? We need smaller ones. Just like with the mobile phones, guys. Beat the boss chair phones. They're taking the metal out of phones as much as they can so the phones still work and you can get them into prison. Right? Beat the boss chair. Boss chair stands for Body Orifice Security Scanner. It's a chair that you get when you get to prison. You sit on it when you're being processed. And you know what I mean? If you've got any metal inside your body, it'll sound the fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? But this is the thing: drugs are coming in every which way. Like they can bring all the sniffer dogs you want in. Safest place in prison to pack your drugs. Yep, you guessed it. Prison pocket, anal cavity, anus, arsehole, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is, right? So this is the thing: you can't get done for internal possession here in the UK like you can in America. You know what I mean? In the UK, you cannot get done for internal possession. Right, so safest place to store your drugs. Bring drug dogs in all you fucking want. If it's secreted inside your body, guys, nothing they can do. You know what I mean? Unless you've got it hanging out your ass, they strip search you out and it's there. Right? Or you land at the prison, you go for a security scanner and it's there. Do you know what I mean? But like I say, prisoners are switched on, man. Do you know what I'm saying? They're very, very clued up. It's like the old game of cat and mouse. Unfortunately for the prison service, we are the mouse and we are one step ahead for the most part. And the fact is, like I say, the POA, all they want, guys, they want to arm themselves. They want tactical use of taser. They want us in orange jumpsuits. They want us shackled. They want us spending 23 hours a day behind our cell door. They want us on closed visits. This Mark Furrest doesn't give a shit about prisoners. Simple as that. From a former prisoner's perspective, I've got a lot of ideas, but people don't listen to me. People like me, and all these. I'm not stupid. I'm not arrogant. I don't know everything about everything. I've got some good ideas, just like a lot of other people have. But people don't listen to people like me and you. They don't do it, man. Because I've not got loads of letters after my name and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, guys. Let me know what you think about the story. Let me know what you think about the 475% is a hell of a lot. It's a very high rise. Am I surprised? Absolutely not. On that note, guys, leave it down to you. What do you think? Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.